I have an unusual looking walking test for you that's going to help you determine if the strongest muscle in your body, your glutes, is being activated whenever you're on your feet, standing, walking, running. You want those glutes to be firing, otherwise your body isn't producing enough strength, the amount of strength it could be, and you're vulnerable for injury. Let's take a look. All right, to get started with this walking test, as funny as it looks, you're going to grab the back of your butt cheeks with your hands, right at the bottom of your glutes and where the hamstrings meet. And go ahead and grab firmly enough so you can feel the muscle activity as you walk, okay? And there's two parts to this test. We're going to be making a comparison. The first part is you're going to walk on your heels as much as you can. Every time you take a step, land on the heels. So the balls of your feet aren't being used very much. It's predominantly all heels. And just walk across the room a few times, and you're feeling every time you take a step, mostly on your heels, how much activity do you feel in your hands from the muscle engagement? Is it being activated very much or not? Okay, once you got a good feel for that, we're going to change our step. We're going to go ahead and get on the balls of our feet. Right now my heels are a couple inches off the ground. I'm on the balls of my feet. And now I'm going to walk across the room a few times. And take note, if the muscle activity in the bottom of my glutes, if I can feel the difference in my hands. Now some of you will get this right away. You'll feel a difference. Some of you might take a few stabs at this before you get it. But like right now, on the balls of my feet, I can feel, all this glute engagement. My glutes are like activating. I can feel them tensing up. When I'm on my heels, it's kind of non-existent. That's just the way humans are designed. When we're on the balls of our feet, we get glute engagement. When we're on our heels, we don't. So now now that you've determined and you've felt the difference, I have a game plan for you to help you get more glute engagement, which you want. Remember, these are the most powerful muscles in your body. You want glute engagement as you're on your feet, walking, running, playing a game, martial art, whatever you do, working, does not matter. A lot of people will say, and there's like a debate between, movement experts, physical therapists, you name it, how should you land? How should you strike the ground when you walk and run and all these things? And some people say heel strike, some people say midfoot, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into that debate here. Where I want to go is, let's strengthen the balls of your feet and your toes with different exercises and see how it changes how you walk, okay? So here's a good example. Let's say you had a real strong weightlifter, very, very strong. He can squat 500-600 pounds. I see it in weight rooms. I've seen it for years where that person can squat a lot of weight, but then I see him get off the squat rack and walk across the gym, and I can tell because I'm trained. I have a good eye at seeing movement, studying, people, how they move and their structure. I can see that person is not accessing his glutes. I mean, he's got a big, strong ass. There's no doubt he can squat 500 pounds. But when he walks, he's not accessing his glute muscles because he's all heel dominant. So what I would do with that person is train same way I would train an older person that has weak feet, weak balls of their feet and toes, is we would build those feet up again. Then what happens is you naturally adjust your gait and your run and the way you stand to be activating those balls and those toes on your feet, okay? When that happens, the glutes come online. Now you have the biggest muscle group in your body powering everything you do. The boxer, even when they flick a nice quick jab, their feet are involved and they get all that glute strength that ends up being demonstrating out of their hands, okay? Think of probably the most popular cross-training exercise for boxers, what is it? Think about it. It's jump roping. And they're like masters at it. I mean, back in the old days when Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali, I would watch them train on TV. To watch them jump rope was like, that's something you'd pay admission for. They're so quick and fluid on the balls of their feet. Well, I believe they had such incredible strength and power in their hands because their feet, the balls of their feet and their toes were so strong and so active, which allowed them to access their glutes when they're throwing a punch. So no matter who you are, if you're an older person, a lot of old guys walk around, they have these flat asses, they can't even hold up their jeans anymore, and they, you know, obviously their glutes aren't developed like they were when they were younger. If you start developing your feet, the balls of your feet and your toes, all of a sudden you'll start accessing your glutes when you walk and whatever you do, and you'll build a little more glute strength. There's just, mechanically, that's how the body works. The test will tell you that you need some foot to glute connection, and then use that exact test that I just showed as the exercise, the beginner exercise, to start building this glute strength. And what you can do is just walk back and forth in a room, barefoot, in the grass is better, and just walk back and forth for 2 minutes, concentrating on every step where the balls of the feet, now your heels are off the ground, the balls of the feet and your toes are engaging, and you're feeling over time, you're feeling more activity in your glutes. Don't squeeze your butt muscles when you step, that'll be cheating. Let the force of your foot, the balls of the feet and the toes, let that force travel up the fascial lines, up to the glutes, and the glutes will start firing on their own. So one additional trick you can do to train getting that foot to glute connection is go ahead and do, like I said, 2 minutes of this walking with your hands, feeling the glute activation with your heels off the floor. You're on the balls of your feet. All 10 toes are touching the ground. Do a minute of that. We're going to do 2 minutes total of walking, but do a minute of this. Stop. Keep your heels off the ground and hop. Hop in good alignment, good posture for 30 seconds. Really activate those feet. Keep the heels fixed. Don't be loping with the heels up and down. Keep the heel fixed, a couple inches off the ground, and hop for 30 seconds, and then just start walking again. Feel your butt cheeks, feel that activity of your glutes firing when you're on the balls of your feet. And then you can start walking more dynamically backwards, sideways, forwards. But do 2-minute sets, and over time, after a handful of sessions, you'll start feeling more glute activity in your hands. I'm going to mention it again. Don't go walking around during your normal day trying to change your walk so you're on the balls of your feet. Let that naturally happen. Instead, what I want you to do is strengthen the balls of your feet and your toes. Strengthening of them will naturally change your gait over time. The way you strengthen them is the exercise I just showed. And then you can do all kinds of different things. You can do hopping with a fixed ankle. You can do jump roping is great. You can do, if you really want to get into this work, you can look at my program, Fascia Strength and Power. I'll leave the link below. In that program, I have a whole module called Springboard Feet, where there's many, many exercises to strengthen the feet so you get a better foot to glute connection. That's all I have today. We'll see you on the next video.